Our next project draws on the history and spirit of Admiral Grace Hopper, particularly her spirit of individualism and exploration. Hopper.io is a multiplayer clone of the popular game Paper.io. It features WebSockets for real-time event handling, as well as a home-brewed graph coloring algorithm for managing the game state. I'm going to turn it over to the team behind it for more.
Hello, my name is Katie. This is Nita, Kara, and Ali, and we're the developers behind Hopper.io. Our Capstone project is a multiplayer, space Hopper-themed game inspired by the online game Paper.io. We chose to create this game because, like many of you, we're often faced with the issue of being too productive and needing to find a way to just stop getting work done. Our game certainly accomplishes this, and we're excited to show it off today. As Rear Admiral Grace Hopper famously said, "A ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for." And in our project, only the ship brave enough to leave its harbor and conquer more space can win. Now, my teammate Nita will walk you through gameplay.
Thank you, Katie. Now I'll walk you through an overview of our app and some cool features in the game. On the home page of our app, we have a How to Play section, which displays instructions on how to play the game, and an About section, which tells you some background information about our app. To play the game, there's no need to sign in. Simply enter your name and hit the play button. Inside the game, each player starts off with a harbor, and you can drive your spaceship across a tiled plain to enclose and add more territory to your harbor. The main goal of the game is to attain as much territory as possible. The more space you win, the higher your scores and ranking. Also, like in any other game, there are obstacles to winning. Once you leave your harbor, you become vulnerable to attacks on the path you lay out. If either you or a rival player crosses your path, you lose the game. Players can also compete against each other to see who can win the most space territory. Now, to dive a little deeper into our project, Kara will talk more about the technologies we use to build our app.
Thank you, Nita. We use React on the front end to handle transitions between the landing page, game view, and ending scene. To keep track of changes in the game state, such as players' positions and tile values, we use a dual Redux store on both the client and server that communicate through Socket.io. Each time a player moves, their new position is calculated by our game engine phaser and recorded in the client-side Redux store. Next, the client emits an event to the server with the updated player position and tile changes that happened since the last update is sent to the server. The server then applies those changes to the server-side Redux store and then sends those changes to all the other players in the game. Each client then updates their own tile map to reflect those changes. Lastly, Phaser renders the updated players and the tile map on the screen. This allows players to receive real-time updates from other players in the game.
Thank you, Kara. Due to the complex game logic in our project, we had some serious challenges that we had to collaborate to overcome. One such challenge was determining where the fill point was when a ship re-enters its harbor. To calculate this, we stored the vertices of the polygon created, and then we deployed an algorithm which uses vectors and the set of vertices to determine if a point lies inside the polygon created. If so, we initiate our custom flood fill algorithm, which uses breadth-first search to determine all the area inside the path enclosed and add it to the player's harbor. This was a venture outside the harbor we had once known, and we are each better for it. We would like to thank our fellows, instructors, and loyal fans for all their advice and support. Thank you for listening, and if you'd like to play, please visit hopper.io.herokuapp.com.
Well done, Hopper.io. I always appreciate how games, even though they have a kind of a fun and maybe procrastinatory nature, can really have a strong, sophisticated algorithmic underpinning.